I thought President Trump's first joint address to Congress was a very strong speech and an outstanding performance. You know, one of the most important elements about it, it was unifying. At the beginning, at the opening, he talked about unity. He even talked about the, continued work we need to do on civil rights. We're one American family. And then he talked about that at the end to wrap up the entire speech. The other thing he focused on, which has been a focus of mine in my first 2 years in the Senate, is the economy. How important it is to restart the engine of American growth and create good jobs for all Americans. That was an enormous part of his focus tonight, and I thought it's something that all Alaskans can agree on and support. How do we do that? He talked about infrastructure. As a matter of fact, I was at the White House today and had a discussion with President Trump earlier about not just infrastructure, but how we need to reform our permitting system to take advantage of increased infrastructure. He talked about regulatory reform tonight. One area where I know he's interested, because I've talked to him about it, that he didn't talk about tonight, energy and natural resource development, but we're going to confirm tomorrow the Secretary of Interior, Ryan Zinke, and he is very strong on energy, particularly energy for Alaska. President Trump also laid out his 5 principles on the Affordable Care Act reform. And again, I thought those were something that are in line with what most Alaskans are focused on. And then finally, he talked a lot about issues of deep importance to Alaska's, issues certainly that I've been focused on and care a lot about. He talked about the drug epidemic that's sweeping through many parts of America. We certainly have a challenge with that in Alaska and what we need to do on that. He spent a lot of time on that. He talked about protecting our heroes, the policemen and first responders throughout our nation, how we need to take care of them. Also, a strong shout out to our veterans, rebuilding our military, which of course I believe we need after 8 years of military cuts, which will be very good for Alaska, and the importance of strong allies. So these are other areas that I think most Alaskans can agree on. But again, I want to congratulate President Trump on a strong performance that was trying to bring the country together, all Americans, Democrats and Republicans, and I think that was the most important element of his first address to a joint session of Congress.